Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, click that little subscribe button, leave me a cheeky like and a comment because I'd love to get to know you all. Today I'm doing the gender tag. I will leave links to everything down below. It was set up by Ashley Wild just to help people get to know what gender means truthfully, not just, what we're given. I find this incredibly interesting. Gender is something, that is very much emotional and hormonal and mental, whereas sex is more bodily and what scientifically we're given at birth. That's how I understand the two things anyway. So let's get to the questions, shall we? Question 1. How do you self-identify your gender and what does that definition mean to you? I am a woman. That's how I see myself. I've always seen myself that way. And yeah, although there are some days, especially since I've had my hair cut short, when I look in the mirror and I think, wow, you look like a really cute androgynous boy. There is nothing wrong with that. I like that. Those days I always feel really sexy. I like androgynous girls. What pronouns honour you? She, her is what I would say are my pronouns. Describe the style of clothing that you most often wear. I wear mostly women's clothing. Sorry, time to take tablets. Yeah, I generally take I'm very much led by women's clothing. There was a point in my life when I was a teenager when I wore boys' clothes a lot, but yeah, I like bright colours and you can't get a lot of, right now I'm wearing like really bright trousers and a We Will Rock You top in purple, and I just mainly go for the girls stuff because it's got pretty patterns. Talk about your choices with body hair. How do you style your hair? Do you have facial hair? What do you choose to shave or choose not to shave? Body hair, I tend to just be quite natural with. I don't really get on well with razors and things like that because I tend to come out in rashes, ingrowing hairs, all of that. So I tend to just leave it quite natural. I'm not very hairy, so it doesn't really bother me, but there's some days where I'm just like, I can't take it anymore, and then shave everywhere. I used to shave my arms, I used to shave my legs the whole right way up, and under my arms and everything. Not anymore. I just do not care. I actually find body hair quite sexy on women, so to me it's not something that I feel like I need to worry about, so I tend to just leave it. Talk about cosmetics. Do you choose to wear makeup? Do you paint your nails? What types of soaps and perfumes do you use, if any? Makeup is something that I've got into recently. I'm kind of learning. I've got a little bit of makeup on now, but as you can see it's not bright or anything, although I do like bright colours. On day-to-day basis I don't wear makeup at all. I don't put any gunk in my hair. I don't blow dry my hair. I don't wear nail varnish, but I do pay to get my toenails done, and I love nail art. At the minute I've got an emoji snow cone and a unicorn. So as for soaps and things like that, I tend to go for small companies like on Etsy and online that make soaps and things like that. I make my own moisturisers. If I do buy, do day to day I don't use deodorant, but if it's hot or if I'm going out somewhere for a long period of time, I will put deodorant on, and it's always Body Shop aloe vera. I hate commercial big companies that test on animals, that don't care about the environment, that don't care that there's been studies to show that if your deodorant has a lot of aluminium in it, then you're more likely to get dementia, things like that. Chemicals and stuff I tend to keep to a minimum, even in house cleaning products, so yeah, none of that kind of stuff. Have you experienced being misgendered? If so, how often? It's actually never happened to me. I thought when I had short hair that people would think I was a guy, but it's never happened to me. Probably because I have quite big breasticles, so people just assume I'm a girl. That's the only thing I can assume. There's no other reason for it. Do you experience dysphoria? How does that affect you? I have in the past struggled with eating disorders. I've had a lot of problems with looking in the mirror, and I always see myself as this humongous, big, fat person. So I do with that side of things because of an eating disorder. Even when you're in recovery, it's like with an addiction, it's always there. But I do find that yeah, otherwise I feel pretty good about myself. I'm okay. Talk about children. Are you interested in having children? Would you want to carry a child if that was an option for you? Do you want to be the primary caretaker for any children you have? I've always wanted to be a mum. It's always been something that I've personally wanted in my life. I haven't had children yet. I hope it will happen for me because I would love to be a mum. I would love that so much. I would want to be the primary caregiver. I'm disabled. I don't work because of that. So I would be a stay-at-home mum, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm quite happy to take care of a child. Yeah, but if for example I earned more money and my husband earned less, I'd be more than happy to stay at home as well, to go to work while he stayed at home. So I think it's not because of me wanting to be part of, gender norms and all that. It's just because I'm disabled, so to me it makes sense that I'm the primary caregiver. Talk about money. Is it important to you to provide for a family financially if you choose to have one? Is it important to you that you earn more than your partner that you have? Do you prefer to pay for things like dates? Are you uncomfortable with others paying for you or offer to pay for you? Like I say, I'm disabled. I'm not the primary earner in our home. My husband works. He brings home the bacon. He takes very good care of me. We have a lovely home. I'm very lucky. I'm a very lucky person. A lot of disabled people struggle a lot more than I do, and I'm very fortunate at the moment. So to me, I sometimes feel like I don't put enough into the pot. I wish there was a way for me to make money. I often have these little dreams of doing a course and going to work, but I know that I can just about cope with getting out of bed some days, so you just can't, it's just not going to happen. But yeah, it's something that has never really bothered me. I have quite traditional views on that. For me, I've always wanted to be the stay-at-home mom, the housewife, and that's just me personally. It's just always been something that I've wanted to do. I've wanted to look after the family. I've always wanted to be with somebody who went out to work and got out from under my feet, so I could clean and do things that I wanted to do during the day. That's just me personally. Yeah, should be down to you, but it's not for everybody, and I'm very thankful for that. When we go on dates, we tend to have it where my husband pays, but because we have a joint account, actually we look at it as one big pot. I look after the house, he goes out to work, so our money, so it doesn't really matter who gets their wallet out on a date. It's all coming out of the same pot. That's just the way we look at it personally. That's us. Anything else I want to share about my experience with gender? Gender is something that I've only recently realised is a big thing. I've said in previous video, I've come from quite a sheltered background, quite a small town, and though I've always tried to educate myself, if you've never met somebody who's transgender, if you've never had a conversation with somebody who's transgender, if you've never talked to somebody who's androgynous, or I wish we had more words for different genders. Like, can somebody just please? I feel like there's lots of words for sexuality, but there's no words except for man, woman, other. I wish there was more words for gender, because unless there is, and I just don't know. I'm trying to educate myself, I'm trying to get more information, and things like this tag is why I wanted to be a part of this, because although I'm not a different kind of gender, I am somebody who would love maybe some of my followers or somebody who clicks on my gender tag video might find themselves looking through everybody else's videos and will learn more. I'm definitely going to be going through the whole I'm trying to find the word, sorry. There is a playlist for the gender tag project, so I'm definitely going to be going through and trying to watch them all so I can learn and grow as a person. I encourage you all to do the same. The more we know, the more we learn, the more words there are to explain who we are and who we feel we are, the better we're all going to get along. I think the problem is at the moment, although people have always felt this way, it's only been the last generation or so that people have been able to be as open as they are now about gender. There's a lot of talking that needs to happen, there's a lot of minds that need to open. So just educate yourselves, learn as much as you can, and don't assume anything about anyone. Makes an ass out of you and me. So, yes, that's the end of it. I'm going to leave links to the website, links to Marissa who tagged me video, link to everything will be in my description. Thank you so much for joining me for this, and I'll see you next time.